All right, we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Julia Sotas Mattis, and I am a certified facilitator of Access Consciousness, a major Access Consciousness enthusiast, and also I host the International Book Day event for Access Consciousness every spring. So I am a huge Access Consciousness book lover. I'm a little bit crazy about the books. We have a company that's an affiliate or a conglomerate of Access Consciousness, and it's called Access Consciousness Publishing. And they publish all the amazing Access Consciousness books. So there are so many different authors, and Gary and Dane have written probably 25, 30 different books. Gary and Dane are the founders of Access Consciousness, and I absolutely love their books. Their books are crazy. They are crazy powerful, and they have so many magical things in each of them. And what I find about the books is that there are things, I've been doing Access Consciousness for 13 years, and when Gary and Dane come out with new books, there are things in those books that I have never heard about before. It's like completely new information, and I can use it to change my life. And I just think it's the absolute best. So I'm so excited. And the topic of this live today is called What's Hot in the Access Shop. And I want to talk about sort of some of the hot items, some of the exciting books and classes that we have in the Access Shop. And I kind of wanted to use today to sort of make it a palatable discussion and conversation about what are these things, why choose them, why are they magical, and really what can they change in your life. Because our definition of consciousness in Access is like consciousness includes everything and judges nothing. And if you guys have been doing Access Consciousness, if you've touched on Access Consciousness, you know that these tools can be very life-changing. So I want to talk about some of the really amazing books and tools and things that you can use to really change and create your life. So it's very exciting. I think that this is taking Bookworm to the next level. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a brand new book. It's the newest book that has been published through Access Consciousness Publishing, and it's the newest book in the Access Consciousness shop. So if you want to buy the book, you can go to accessconsciousness.com/shop, or you can get the book on Amazon. It's available in Dutch and I think German and a couple different languages. You can check that out. But the book is called You and Your Body. Whoops, sorry, I'm not holding this very well. It's called You and Your Body by Kalpana Raguraman. What if your body isn't the problem? And so I have been diving into this book, and it is amazing. It's basically about the consciousness of the body and how we really don't have to have bodies that are in pain, fall apart, break down. It's all about the energy that we're willing to be with our bodies. And we unconsciously choose to like hurt our bodies or do things against our bodies, and we don't really have to do that. So this book is an amazing guide to changing the way that you choose with your body and having what we call embodiment. So I want to read you a part of a chapter. Choosing to create your body. Each and every one of your choices is creative. These choices create in ways that may go beyond comprehension, but can definitely be observed. Sometimes you may make choices that create a big mess for you to clean up, and sometimes you may make choices that create a nurturing space for you to enjoy. Simple examples of this may be the choice to not look if there are cars coming as you cross the street, or the choice to eat some food that smells a little strange from your refrigerator. Many different outcomes are possible with each of these examples. After all, you can choose and choose again in each instant. You can choose to jump out of the way before that quiet car comes whizzing by, or you may choose to spit out that weird leftover salad rather than spend a long, sick night wishing you had. Whatever choices you make create the direction that you are heading towards. Your choices set the stage for the future you will walk into. Some of the choices you make may not seem so obvious. You may not even realize when or how you are making some choices that have a large impact on what you are creating as your life. For example, you may choose to adopt an energy that is similar to your friends and families. After all, fitting in or behaving appropriately is both encouraged and at times even enforced in our world. Yet, no matter the circumstances, you are still the one in charge of making the choice that you make. So, that is the chapter on choosing to create your body. But this book is amazing. It is filled with different tools, and it's like, if there's something you'd like to change with your body, if there's something that different that you know is possible, or if you just want to read a little bit more about what it means to be conscious with your body, to have a great relationship with your body, this book is for you. It's an amazing book by the wonderful facilitator Kalpana. So that is the first thing that I want to talk about. The next thing that I want to talk about is the magic book. This is the magic book. And as you can see, I like the magic book. I've read the magic book a few times. And it's basically about how you as a being are magic. And I love this book because it has a lot of tools on being a great actor, singer, or performer of any kind. And basically, if you're not pulling energy, if you're not using energy flows to your advantage, you're not actually going to have the success that you could have. And so this book is an amazing guide to acting and performing, but it's also applicable to so many other areas. But sometimes I go to like concerts. We have a lot of really great local artists in the town that I live in, or we're about 7 hours from Nashville. So they bring in a whole lot of performers from Nashville. So I go to a ton of concerts. One of my friends owns a concert company, so I get to go to all of her concerts for free, and I love it. And so I get to see all these performers. And I'm always like, oh, some of them I'm like, yeah, they've totally got it. And some of them I'm like, oh my God, they just really would be, they're so good. They're so talented. And I'm like, their whole profession would be taken to an entirely different level if they were actually aware of the energy pools in this book. So it's also great for attracting a relationship. It's great for attracting more business, more money into your life. And so this book has major tools for that, and I really love it. And I'm going to read you a little excerpt from one of my very favorite parts of the book. In our seminars, and this is by, also, let me just mention, it's by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here, who are the co-founders of Access Consciousness. They are super cool. I'm sure many of you know them well. In our seminars on magic, we ask participants to do this as a homework assignment. Look back over your life and write down every time you thought about something or asked for something and it showed up as if by magic. Then, and this is important, acknowledge that it wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't a serendipitous event. It wasn't a fortuitous incident or accident. It wasn't just one of those things. It was magic. You created that. Look at those times and acknowledge that you created them. Acknowledge it out loud. Okay, so each of you listening, get something in your life that you created that was total magic. I have a chandelier here, so I'm going to look at my chandelier. and each of you get something in your life, your house, your world, person, thing, your body, something, and go, I created that. Okay, and now we're going to say the line out loud. Okay, I created this, whatever it is. Wow, am I cool that I could create that? What else is possible? Isn't that awesome? Okay, I'm going to do it again. Okay, I created this chandelier. Okay, I'll do it for me. Do it for you. Put in yours. Okay, I created this chandelier. Wow, am I cool that I could create that? What else is possible? See how it just changes and transforms the energy? It's amazing. All right. So that is one of my favorite Access books. Magic, you are it, be it, and acknowledge the magic that you are, because that is what this book is all about. And when you can acknowledge the magic that you are, a whole lot of good stuff starts happening. All right. The next thing that I want to talk about is the Being You book. The Being You book is amazing. I wonder if any of you have ever read the Being You book. Maybe some of you have. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. This is actually the very first book that I ever read when I came to Access Consciousness. And my sister and I were both so excited to read it that we basically had to each get our own copy, because we knew we would rip each other's heads off fighting over the copy. So we each got our own copy and we read it simultaneously. But basically, this book is written for the dreamers of the world, and it is the most amazing guide to the tools of Access Consciousness. It is such a gift, and there are stories in here about accessing your true caring and the true potency of you as a being that are so different than any other kind of book or lessons on caring or guide to consciousness that I have ever heard of or come across. It is so beautiful. It is so powerful. And it's basically based on a bunch of classes that Dane here did, and they have been put together in this amazing book. And one thing that I love about the book is the way that it's written. It's like all different kinds of fonts and oops, it's backwards. It's different kinds of fonts, and it's really easy to read, and you can just breeze right through it. And when you finish, you feel like you have more access to your being. You have more access to who you are. You have more access to the greatness of you and the gift of you that you just like I've not found anything else that touches into you as a being and shows you that you're valuable and that you can really be the gift to the world, and by being that gift you can change the world. But it's like we change things by our very being. We don't change them by what we do or who we know or what we say or by getting things right in life or succeeding in certain ways. It's like you allowing your being out into the world is actually what creates the success of you and the success in your life. So that is Being You, Changing the World. That's definitely what's hot in the Access shop. Love this book. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is the Feelings Call. The Feelings Call is a telecall that was a 3-part series, and it was over the phone with Gary Douglas. And so it is a set of recordings that are about getting out of feelings. So basically, we use feelings to diminish our being. And we just talked about Being You, Changing the World. Feelings, or going, I feel a certain way, are actually how we diminish what we can be, what we can choose, what we can create. Feelings are one of the greatest lies and one of the greatest traps that we ever choose from. So feelings are also how we disavow our awareness. And with this class, you also get written PDFs of all the clearing statements that are run in the class. I actually have had the PDFs, the first PDF from the first call, pasted on my bathroom mirror for years and years since the call. And I read it all the time, and it's like it continues to unravel where I do feelings. So you're not just getting the calls, you're also getting all of the written clearings, and it is really dynamic and really powerful. So feelings are something that, and this is also a call that when people are asking Gary Douglas a question, I often see that he says, hey, the only way that you can handle this is by listening to the feelings telecall, because you really are locked up in feelings. And if you unwound that and you got out of that, you would have a totally different reality. You would have a way easier time dealing with this. So it's a hugely impactful call. And when you actually start to live beyond feelings, your being can show up greater than it ever has before. So if you've ever thought about the feelings call or been on the fence about the feelings call, don't get it, because it won't help you. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. So that's really that. And so my question is, like, when I'm looking through the Access shop and I'm like, what do I want to buy? Where do I want to go? One of the questions that I ask myself is, what is going to contribute to me having the most of what I require in my life right now? And that's really the question that I ask myself when I am looking at what's next, what product do I want to buy, what do I want to have, and what I want to create. So, with that, I will leave you guys. Thank you for hopping on today with me, and I just wanted to share my enthusiasm, because I don't know where I would be in my life without these books and without these tools. It's like, I know for me and thousands of other people, they have changed so much stuff. It's hard to even imagine. I mean, I've never come across anything so impactful. So I invite you to that. I invite you to the Access shop. And my question is, if you were truly being you as a being, what would you choose? So how does it get better? And the Access shop is accessconsciousness.com/shop. Let me just write that. And we will put it up right there. accessconsciousness.com/shop. So welcome to the Access shop, and I hope you have fun. Bye-bye.